Welcome everyone to this meditation, this exploration, contemplation. And today I'd like to offer an experience with you all, offer an experience to you all of a channeled meditation with Master Empedocles. Some of you may know we created a course where we explore practicing with the ancient mystic Greek practitioners, where we explore and work with figures like Empedocles and Parmenides. And one of the teachings that Empedocles is very well known for is offering to the world a way of understanding our experience through working engaging with the four elements, or what we call the elements of earth, fire, water and air. So today in this meditation we're going to ask Empedocles to engage with us. So this is what I'm asking to do now. And in your meditation as well, you can ask him to engage with you in a more direct way. There may be slight variations in what he draws your attention to, which hopefully will weave and move with what we're offering through this meditation as we begin to explore the element of earth. Now, I felt inspired to offer this meditation to you because I did this meditation with Empedocles earlier today, where I explored the element of earth, and I felt like he showed me things that's useful for me to know, so I felt maybe they'd be useful for you to know as well. But as ever, we're in the present moment, so this may be a little bit different than what I experienced earlier this morning. So first, in your own way, visualize some kind of structure. So I'm visualizing, feeling my structure. I see it before me. Now what I'm being led to now is a sense of can I take a part of this structure, because I'm visualizing a building like a temple made of these brown, beautiful stones, or they feel sort of like earthy stones. Can I take something from that structure without jeopardizing the rest of the structure? So just contemplate that within your structure if you're visualizing, whatever it is, a home, a tree, And of course, if I try to take too many of the brown stones away from this temple, it may jeopardize the structure. It might make it weaker. And I feel the reason Empedocles is guiding me in this way is a sense of honoring the earth element within us. Honoring the earth element as we experience it in the world. Be aware of what you take from the world. Be aware of what you make use of from the world. So now just have a brief survey of your life. Think about all of the objects that you use. How often do you contemplate where they've come from and the work that has gone into that? So just cast your mind. For me, I'm drawn to my bamboo toothbrush. So one of the teachings Empedocles is well known for is a leaning towards a direct, more connected perception. He sees us, as many of us, having something like a clay around our mind way of perceiving. So just having a sense of honoring, noticing what we're actually using in the world is a useful thing. Now let's come back now to the body. What could you take from your body without it being jeopardized in some way? Thinking primarily about the structure of the body, bones, skeleton, parts of your vehicle, can you have a sense of the unity of this? The essential, intricate brilliance of this very body. Because what I learned in my earlier meditation for many, many years, when I've led meditations, contemplations about the earth element, I stress the connection to the solidity, stableness of the earth element. But what Empedocles was pointing out to me this morning, earlier, and perhaps you can also feel into this within your own body, is the earth element is alive. It has a dynamic beauty to it. it's not just the sense of this heavy, weighty thing. When we tune into our body in this way, maybe it can feel like that. But Empedocles, in all of his teachings, never really pointed to a unity without a plurality, if I can say the word. The one goes hand in hand with the many. So now tuning into our bodies again, can we allow our bodies to really breathe, really give space for your body, the existence of your body. Now, whenever I feel into the energy connect to Empedocles, I really get a sense of his dynamic energy. For him, there was no contradiction between the life in the world and the life of heaven. And he was at pains to try to liberate people from their own mind-made bondages. And what he wants us to do is to deeply have reverence for ourselves, as well as a deep reverence for the gods. But not reverenced for the gods in a servile way. If you imagine like an old-fashioned measuring device where you would put, say, the food on one side and the metal weighing things of it, whatever it was, 100 grams, 200 grams, half a kilo on the other. He sees our relationship with the deities as being ideally fairly balanced, so we're both able to rise and be in our own energy. So can you feel the dynamic potency within your own life? He is aware this is the beginning of the year. Can you feel this energy like he's pointing to the image of a great wind behind your sails on a beautiful, you can visualize the kind of boats people had in ancient time, wooden boat, huge sails, moving through the Mediterranean Sea, with brilliant light coming down upon the waters. And this brilliant light being reflected up into your being, feeling the light of the sun upon you. And what Empedocles is pointing towards now is the sense of patterns. Be aware and beware. He's kind of playing on this now. So be aware of your patterns, but also beware of patterns. So what he means is beware of your own tendency to identify with the patterns within your psyche that have led you in particular directions in the past, that if you're not careful can just kind of carry on in a sort of perpetual nature. Who you were in the past is not the same as who you will be, who you can be in the future. Empedocles in his life was known in many different ways as a great philosopher, poet, great sort of magician, also a great healer of using herbs, a great sage of his time, even sometimes known as an architect or someone who could help to build things. So he's not saying you need to be able to do all of these things, but he is saying be aware of your inner capacities. They are often greater than you think. And he's pointing out this image. I think it's relevant for you, it's certainly relevant for me, of beware of the sense of people pulling the rug from under you. He's pointing to this image of us being on our own, almost like magic carpet, allowing ourselves to be on that and not allowing others, or be aware of the feeling that you may have within others if you feel people are pulling that from under you. So much of communication these days can have a sense of power over. It can feel like that a lot on social media. Who has more followers? Who has a bigger presence? Who's more knowledgeable? Who's this or who's that? He's not so interested in these things. It's very simple for him. It's more of a sense of what we are doing in our life as a contribution, an offering. And the spirits hear more than the wise eye. In other words, what he's saying is that the greater cosmos feels you more than just the eyes of human who may be aware of your activities and comment them or whatever. The cosmos is alive with a brilliant, radiant intelligence, just as you are alive. So now you have the capacities of all the elements within you, earth, fire, water and air. Allow them to be, feel them, but do not get stuck on them. This is what he's saying, do not get stuck on them. Rather, walk on them. Notice them. Be them. But simply use them, allow them. Be in relationship with them, dance with them. Your seat of awareness can be undisturbed by them, but move and dance with them. So I feel this is the fitting time to begin to end this contemplation. It's gone in a really beautiful direction, a bit different than what I had expected. I wonder what's come through to you. You can always reach out through Udemy or YouTube or on our student Facebook group, however you've seen and experienced this meditation, to comment or let us know your experiences. Just ground your energy. Make sure before you end this contemplation you're coming really back into present sort of ordinary awareness, integrating what you've experienced, remembering. What you've learned will be what you become. We need to remember this. Remember the path forward, remember the way of the Spirit. Having a sense of gratitude for Empedocles to communicating with us and drawing this contemplation to an end, bringing movement back to the physical body, fingers and toes, and then ending our beautiful time together.